So playing a little bit with the welding machine, here's what I found out. This manual double pulse can be a really nice thing. So here is a really quick shot of this is what it looks like, and now let's take a really close, slow look. You can see all the little ripples nice and defined, and in real life it looks even better. I bet you when you touch the screen you can literally feel the texture of it. I mean, it just looks so amazing. So these are some gussets, some angle aluminum gussets on the back of some tread plate that's going in the boat, and it's a shame to cover these welds up. It's all pulse MIG, no TIG involved here. On the back side of this platform, that's where those gussets are, and the platform goes over the existing boat by about 10 inches and is then added in. And then in the back we did the extension to the transom left and right there. And now after those initial photos here, there's going to come a bunch of video, some music, and then there's going to be a separate video on how to set the machine up and how you get the same results. Here she is, Stell Iron MIG 303 SP with a 3-meter water-cooled MIG gun, just a push gun with a graphite liner and an on-demand water cooler. So for everybody who says, don't play the music, let us listen to the welding machine, now you listen to it, single pulse, nothing spectacular. Let me fast forward through this with a little bit music. I'm going to let you listen to the manual double pulse, which is really interesting then. Alright, clamping everything in place here, making sure everything lines up, and then welding this 3/16 thick material to this 80,000 thick boat material, all overhead, single pulse. I can adjust the amperage on this machine perfectly. I'm using 1.2 millimeter wire diameter 047, and it's going in like butter. So what Bill is doing here, besides getting his video taken, he's using a pry bar prying up on that plate to make sure it's as flush to the boat as possible, so it's as little of a gap as possible. Here you can see how he's going in with a pry bar, prying up on that plate to take up the gap, and it made everything line up real nice. So it's a little bit sped up here, but no trick photography. Whatever needed to be welded overhead was just welded overhead, and it looked just as nice as the rest of the stuff. The aluminum spray art really lays down nice out of position. Alright, finishing everything up underneath here. Getting the last few welds done. And finishing up on that side there, that extension plate. Like, basically there's a plate going in, there's 3 plates going in the front. That big plate in the middle, and 2 plates on the side, one left, one right. You can see the one, but the ground clamp is still not all the way in there yet. And that's the plate I'm putting in on the opposite side. So it gets the weld to the boat, to the other plate, and then to the bar in the front. And then once that is done, and I'm welding these 3 plates to that bar in the front, that 2x2 square bar, now we're getting into the manual double pulse. So there was a split-second hot start, and then the first 2 pulses are not like the rest of it. It kind of gradually tapers down to the settings that I selected, which are pretty extreme settings. But you can totally tell by the sound and by the light how it works, how it makes a dime every time that it pulses. So by the way, no spatter, no BBs flying anywhere. Everything is perfectly nice and clean.
I think we're out of wire.
Uh-oh.
I've got another roll.
Alright, a quick wire change. No roll in it, and here we go. Same thing on the other side. And I'm going to give you another minute here to listen to this double pulse. And then enough of this. I'm going to fast forward with some music and show you how we seam the deck, put everything in, and wrap this thing up. So the students in my class did the same exact thing. They learned how to double pulse aluminum weld on the ProPulse 200 and on the Stel Iron MIG 303 SP. And they were able to lay down beautiful welds after just a few minutes. Some had ProPulse 200 experience, others didn't, and it all turned out really well. I gave some insight on some manual settings. It was really a good experience. There, switching back from double pulse to single pulse to do a couple overhead welds on the inside. You know, every time when the customer helps, it costs twice as much. So, of course, Bill, get ready for it. So he's just buttoning up the front part, and now the second part goes in. There will be a seam going all the way across the deck. You'll see me putting this in right there. This is all gonna be double pulse again. I don't know if you can hear it or not when it's fast forward. So it's gonna be double pulse there. It's gonna get welded on the sides, and then it's like an L-shaped bent piece that gets also get welded to one of the ribs in the floor. So naturally I'm preaching respirators, but with this fan mount in the ceiling right there, the air in the building is exchanged about every 50 seconds. And you see how the smoke all comes out of there? If you don't breathe the fumes coming directly off the weld under your hood, maybe you're okay, maybe not. You should always wear the proper personal protection equipment that you want to use, that you should use to protect yourself. Thanks for watching.